What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We are halfway through the week. I know this video is getting out a little later than normal, but I got a late start to my day, so we rolling with it. We're just gonna roll with it. But yes, of course, God is blessing us and is always gonna be blessing us. So let's get into the goal for today. The goal for today is to be pleasing, okay? Be pleasing. This is another one that I really like because I feel like when people think of the word pleasing, they think that they have to be like a people pleaser. Like, I'm gonna do anything in order to make sure that you're okay, or to make sure that they're okay, or to make sure that your life is okay, which is not, I mean, that's a version of it. Like, you could take it like that, of course, but how we're going to take it in order to create a better lives for ourselves is we're going to be pleasing in the sense that we're pleasing ourselves, and then of course, you already know, I submit to God. So, of course, for me, I'm going to be pleasing to God. Anything that I do in my life is going to be pleasing to God. But even if that's not you, even if you haven't made that commitment, you can still be pleasing to yourself in the fact that you're pleasing your goals. So, pleasing pretty much means just to be gratifying towards something, or things along those lines. I'm sorry, I had a blank. But it just means to be gratifying towards that. So now that we have these goals set up, and remember, we set goals for the year. If you haven't done it, it's almost June. What's going on? What's going on? But we set goals for the year way back at the beginning of the year, way in January. I think actually we started in December of last year, but we set goals for the year. We have them in place. Alongside of that, throughout the months, we've also been identifying what our values are, what our morals are, what are things that are going to allow us to remain firm and fixed in whatever standpoint that we are making against whatever. So now that we have identified that, we need to make sure that our life is pleasing to those goals, it's pleasing to our values, and pleasing to our morals, meaning that it's agreeable to it and it gratifies that, meaning that whatever I do, it should be right in line with what I have set myself up for, or the goals that I have wanted to achieve. Okay, so I think we've had goals like this in times past, but if you're doing something that is not in line with your goals, or with your vision, or with your values, or your morals, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got to stop doing that, because it's only going to lead you down a path of destruction, and then it's going to take you a while to get back. Well, hopefully not a while, but it's going to take a minute to get back online, just because you understood. It's one thing about understanding. Like, if you didn't understand, you really can't get in trouble for it. You know how, like they say, for kids, up until the point of understanding, you can let a lot of things slide. You know, a lot of things are just teachable moments where it's like, okay, she didn't know, so let me teach it to her. But once you hit the age of understanding, now you start being held accountable for things. So it's the same thing with our goals and with our values and our morals. Now that we understand what they are and what our vision for our life is, if we mess up, if we purposefully go off track from the track that we're purposed to be on, there's a lot of purposes and a lot of tracks. But if we intentionally go off track from the goal and the vision that we are purposed to be on, that's better, then at this point, you have full understanding what you're doing. So you're making a conscious decision that I'm going to step away from this and maybe I'll be back. But can't promise that the road back on track is going to be easy. So let's just make it easy for ourselves, people. Let's just stay online. Let's make sure that our life is a life that is pleasing to our goals. A life that is a life that is pleasing to our vision. If you're a Christian, it's a life that's pleasing to God. Live a life that is pleasing, where at the end of the day, no one can really have any fault in anything that you do, because you are living a life that is pleasing. Okay, so that is what it means to be pleasing. That is our goal for today. Hope everyone has a wonderful Wednesday, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.